Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be a test video for the production of honey by beehives. I recently did a video. If you haven't seen it, you should go check it out. I'll put a card up on your screen here in just a second. I did a video on the new honey production mod, which is pretty cool. Really, would definitely recommend checking out that video to see if that mod is worth it for you. Basically, it's way faster is what I learned to produce it with that production than it would be to use the base game hives. So I decided, well, there's not really any way to find out how much each beehive makes or if they're really worth putting down. So what did I do? Well, I decided to do a test video, and for the first time, I normally will only test base game stuff, but there's not that many beehives that are out and about. I mean, there's quite a few to be fair, but if we go to bees, I'm going to test all of the various beehives to find out how much honey they produce every month for the base game ones, and then all of the different modded ones that are out there. I have all sorts of different ones to test. Some of these are just like spawn points, but we are going to test them all to see how much honey is produced by each one. So the way I'm going to kind of run this test is, well, I need to put down plenty of them to make sure there's actually a result, or I need to fast forward at least enough time. So I'm going to let's get a big honey spawn area. Let's get one of these big ones. This will make it to make sure, we don't miss anything if one of them produces quite a few, So this one we'll put for our testing purposes, we'll put it down over here. Oh, it just doesn't show up, which I'm not. Oh, I think that's because I turned off. I know what I did. It's fine. I have the settings changed. But yeah, so to start, here's what we're gonna do. These ones aren't going to produce very much. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That should be plenty there. It is noon on December, so we are going to fast forward time, and let's change our settings back so I don't get frustrated here, so I can actually see where the spawn area is. So we have 10 of those. Those are going to be listed on my sheet. Let's go back in. What are they listed as here? Beehive 1 Langstroth hive. Let's go ahead and put that on my sheet. I'll bring you over here for it. So, I'm gonna have to make this one way bigger. Beehive 1 goodness gracious, Langstroth hive. And we're gonna make that one's gonna need to be like way bigger. Modded, our cost for that, what was it, 500? We'll confirm that in a second. Modded, no, it's not when it's not modded. I like all of these to be moved to the left side, and this can be finances. Money per month, value per month. Boom. Months to pay. So we're going to calculate how long you pay them off as well. So we're going to document what the name of the hive is, if it's modded or not. If it is modded, I'm going to try to put the mod pack in here, so that makes that easier. Actually, let's do this. Location. And then this one, for this one, we will put base game. So base game hive, there's 5 in base game. We'll do those first. And this is how much honey they produce a month. How much that honey's worth based on this price, which I'm going to put to the left as well. This price is pulled from, this is my production sheet. It's pulled from the value on here, which is somewhere. Yeah, right here, 1800. So it pulls from that value. So if I change that one to 15,000, it's a little ridiculous. But then I go down here to the bottom, go over to honey. It'll change the value there. So we're going to go back there. We'll put it at, well, let's Control Z that. I couldn't remember what I had it at. 1800. So 1800 is basically the price that you'd sell honey for on a good month if you're playing in normal economy mode. So this is the test. So that's the test. That's what we got going on. That's what we're going to make happen. Here's how we're going to kind of calculate. I'll just demonstrate with these guys. So it's noon on December. So let's just start fast forward in time. I'm going to go pretty fast here. Let's get ourselves into noon the next day. There's nothing yet. Let's keep going until we get a hive spawning, and then we stop at noon after we get a hive spawning. Or not a hive, any sort of pallet spawning, which this might take actually 3 months. Yep, there's nothing yet. Keep going. Speed up a little bit quicker here. So this is starting December, so January, February, March was 3 months. So we're coming up on April, which will be 4 months, and there's one right there. So we're going to stop on April to be able to see, because that should hopefully have the answer for us here. Which actually, one thing I want to check. This is set to how many? This is 100. This is 76. Oops, not that one. This is 76. 122 liters. Is that still? Oh, I went past it by a little bit there. But that did go up. It went from 122 to 1. Yeah, it should go up over time. So we're at 122 right now at about noon. And it'll be approximate. My values won't be exactly correct. Let's see if it should just keep going up. Yeah, it's going up 141 there. So it takes a while for it to spawn. But we had 122, we'll say, after 4 months. So 122 liters divided by 4. So that means every month, those 10 hives are producing 30.5 liters. So if I divide the 30.5 by the 10, we get that each hive is producing 3.05 liters per month. So if I go back over to the sheet, 3.05. Yeah, which this is going to equal, nope, this. Oh, actually, I need to go back there. Let's do this. Nope. Just that. Divided by 1,000 to get a price per liter times that. There we go. 549 per month is what those are making. That I want to be all the way down. This is going to equal this divided by this months to, okay, well, these shouldn't be financial. These I need to be non-monetary. Can I make them it shouldn't be that. Oh no, by the value. No, it should, hold on a second. Okay, this equals this divided by this. 9107, which I don't want it to be financial. How do I get rid of the finance aspect of that? You're killing me. But yeah, 91 months to pay that off, basically at $5 a month. I wonder if there's some way I can make it. Maybe if I do it this way. Let's see if I can do that. I'm just experimenting here. This divided by this times 1. Oh, I did the wrong thing again. That's my bad. Should be D5. Why does that say divided by 0? Oh. Yep. That's not that. I needed to make that D4, but it needs to be E4. There we go. Okay. Can this just be normal number? Yeah, there we go. All right, there we go. So 91.07 months. Let's do number. Okay, that should all be that way now. But anyhow, you guys get the idea. I'm going to run tests on all those, and I'll bring you guys back then after I get the results. All right, it did take... this did take a while. It took me a couple hours to get this done. Yeah. So you can see I've produced a lot of honey. So I decided to change it up. One, I actually got about halfway through the testing and realized I had to stop and reset because I own all the land on Huton Pantai. And if you don't remember, there's a beehive right over here on Huton Pantai. So all of my numbers were skewed. So I deleted everything, restarted, and I even did it in a different way to make it a little bit more accurate. So what I would do is I'd only ever use one hive like this. I'd place it there. I would set the time to January at noon, and I would fast forward an entire year. And then I would average out over the year to get a more accurate description. Now, I'm not saying that my numbers are perfect, but they should be hopefully a lot better. So let's go ahead and take a look at the sheet here. So I actually meant to highlight some things in here. But anyhow, you can see the base game ones. It's a long time to pay these guys off. They're not making very much honey every month. You know, it is what it is. The $250 ones are making 1.75 liters a month, which is the worst. This mod here is really good. Actually, the mods are pretty good. This one's 19,351 liters a month. The best one out there. Sorry, I had to put a little break in there. I had a little bit of a coughing fit. But anyhow, the best one out there for quantity is probably these two guys right here. I'd recommend this one, though, because this one takes up less space than the rusted car. And you're going to have that paid off in just over a month. So these are both the best ones. But yeah, I mean, this is the data I got for it. You can tell what pack it's in. I may do updates in the future. This whole production spreadsheet is linked down below in the description as well, so you guys have access to that. As more mods come out, I might do updates and add them on to this list. But For now, this is kind of a good way to look at it. These ones are kind of the worst in here. They actually these two produce a decent amount. This one doesn't produce hardly any honey, but they produce a decent amount of honey, but 30,000, 40,000, you know, they're just not worth the money you're paying for what you're getting. It's going to take you the longest to pay those off. The base game ones are better than that per price. So, yeah. And then these guys down here are just, unless you really like the look of those beehives, not worth it. This mod in the middle here is the best, which is the beehives mod, which I know this is where it gets confusing. You have the base game ones. Then the name of this is beehive with, not Wyoth or whatever I typed there, get rid of that extra O, is beehive with 3 large frames. Then we have the bee house mod. We have the beehives mod. We have the beehives pack mod. And then we have the pack of beehives mod. Yeah, confusing. So, which, I mean, I get it. They all have different names slightly, but they're all pretty much, you know, they're beehives. So, yeah. But you can view this data. You can decide what you would like to do. But for now, I mean, that's what I kind of got for you guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.